Okay, good morning, everyone. It's 10 o'clock, so we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. If you have not already done so, would you please make sure you turn off your cell phones, pagers, anything to that effect. And at this time, we would like to ask Gerald Morris with First United Pentecostal Church to lead us in prayer.
Father, we are thankful for your kindness and your love, your goodness, the fact that you have stood with America. We recognize your blessings and we thank you for that. You have been with us as a nation, you've been with us as a state, and you're with us locally. We ask that your blessings would be upon these county leaders. I ask that you would give them wisdom, direction, help them to make wise, godly decisions. We'll be very careful to give you praise, honor, and glory for the many privileges that you give to us. We offer you thanks. In the name of the Lord Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you. Join me in the pledge. Pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now the Texas flag.
Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, to Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Thank you. Tell Miss Brenda we said hello. Okay, public comments. If you have anyone sign up for public comments, just a side comment on the public comments. Some of the legislation that passed is that public comments would no longer be limited to agenda items. So it just needs to be, it has to be just an open comment period. So we will change that when the time comes on our agenda. Item number 3, informational reports. We have Melissa Gates with our Veteran Services here today to give her yearly report.
Good morning. Like I said, I'm Melissa Gates, Polk County Veteran Service Officer. Just a brief rundown of what I do every day. I help our veterans file their VA claims, compensation, pension. I help them get enrolled in the VA healthcare. And I always share a little bit of numbers with y'all. This year, for 2018 anyway, the comp and pen money that came into our county for our veterans was $26,628,000, which is up by $360,000 from last year. Our veteran count, we have 3,766 veterans, and sadly that's 50 less than 2017. So we do have, I was trying to get a report on it from the appraisal district before I come over, but they didn't make it. So I'm actually trying to find out how many of them are drawing their 100% property tax exemption, because with the number is fewer, but you know, our dollar amount is, it's steady, increases. So part of that is going to be because of how many are drawing 100% compensation. Some other things I wanted to mention today. I do have a little program that I'm working on. I'm trying to build a discount list. You know, businesses in our county that are offering our veterans discounts, so I can provide that for them when they come in. It's still in process. A lot of them are restaurants, and of course everybody's favorite is Lowe's, which is on there. But still working on that list, and as an appreciation for them, they'll, you know, just a little recognition, I'll start generating a little ID card for them, and I'm hoping to really get that into play by Veterans Day this year. So that's still coming, and actually this year have had a lot of changes. That I've gone digital in my program, so that's helped a lot. There's some changes on the TVC side that I'm waiting to see come into play that will benefit me also in helping our veterans more efficiently. And but I do everything I can, regardless of how much they can help me, and it still shows, because I've I still have quite a few people that come from out of county. And 9 times out of 10, well, 10 times out of 10, the reason why they're coming is because somebody here told them to. So I'm grateful to y'all for letting that be possible, because there are a lot of counties that if you're not in their county, you need to go. And so thank you for that still. Another thing I wanted to mention, it was an article that was in the newspaper within the past few weeks. There's a Vietnam War 50th commemoration book that they mention. It's Texas Veterans Commission is who is putting that out. I got in touch with them because I have started having a couple veterans come in asking about that, and they're very stringent on handing them out. So I've got a sheet in my office, so if anybody's interested in having that, they're looking for those boots on the ground veterans that they want to give those books out to. So if there's any interest there, they can see me and I can add them to that list so I can be able to get those books sent in here from Texas Veterans Commission.
Sounds good. Anyone have any questions? Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa.
She does a great job. Okay, on information reports, we've gathered most of the information for the budget, and so if there's any suggestions or anything that the court would like for us to research or gather information for consideration for this budget, then please let us know. Please start sending us that. And in July, we will start doing our budget workshop discussions and going through the information. July 23rd is when we will receive the information from the appraisal district for what our revenues will look like. And then, before we go any further, I need to apologize to the court because it looks like we scheduled the special session for the hearing, but then it did not get placed on our agenda. So when we need to go ahead and call a special meeting, can you all come in on either Friday or Monday? Which would be best?
Either one for us.
Monday for me,
Monday?
That's fine.
unless
Monday?
that's gonna throw a kink in anything. I mean,
No, Monday's fine. Monday, 10 a.m.?
if you'll need to call it and I can't be
Same
here, that'd be
time?
enough.
That's fine.
Okay, so Monday, 10 a.m., and it'll be strictly for CHI. That will allow us to give the 72-hour notice. Very well. Thank you all, and I apologize for that. Okay, item number 4, new business, consent agenda. All of these are routine. Is there anything on here that anyone wishes to pull off of the consent agenda? Okay, on a B, you have some 2 addendums. One addendum in the amount of $498, and addendum number 2 in the amount of $202,547.82. Can I have a motion to approve the consent?
Second.
Commissioner Purvis, Commissioner Vincent, any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Yeah.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 5, consider approval of personnel matters as follows. Review and consideration of personnel action form requests submitted since the last meeting and review of any authorized emergency hiring. All of those were, the PAS were listed in your packet, and there were no emergency hires at this time.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Willis.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Purvis. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, consider request for revisions to the budget as follows. The FY 2018 and 2019 budget revisions as presented by the County Auditor's Office. And all of those are included for your review.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Overstreet.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Willis. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 7, consider request for capital purchases to be paid from fund balance and included on the FYI 2019 reimbursement resolution for year-end issuance of legally authorized debt as follows. consider approval of Office of Emergency Management request for the purchase of one emergency command station in the amount of $11,822 as listed on the capital purchase projections for the FY 2019 budget. This has already been approved, and this is just a request to go ahead and move forward with the purchase.
Second.
Commissioner Vincent, second Commissioner Overstreet. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 8, receive the comprehensive annual financial report for the fiscal year ended September 30th, 2018, as presented by Belt Harrison Paycheck. Hello, Darla dear.
Good morning. How are y'all this morning?
Fine, thanks.
And as always, we'd like to thank the court for the opportunity to come in and do the audit for Polk County. We always enjoy our time when we come back to Polk County, so thank you very much. I want to thank Lewis and Stephanie and the rest of the staff in the auditor's office. We request a lot of documentation from them to pull these financials together, and they did a great job getting them to us. So we'll go through about the 3 most important pages of the audit, and then we had one accounting change for the year, so I'll walk you through that, and we'll get started. So if you'll flip with me to page 15. This is our opinion page. This is the page that we consider the most important out of the audit. You've received an unmodified opinion. That is the highest level of assurance that you can receive, that there are no material misstatements and all disclosures have been made in the audit. So great job on that. All right, let's flip over to page 38. We'll look at the revenue and expenditures for the general fund. And on total revenues for the year, $20,594,495. Total expenditures, $20,069,352. We had some other financing sources and uses with the transfers in and out, with also the debt issued, leaving us a total financing source of $1,078,290. So your beginning fund balance, $8,872,250. With that positive net change leaves you with $10,475,683. So great job on that positive increase on the fund balance. You're sitting pretty close to, I didn't look at the exact percentage, just you're about 50% of your expenditures. What we consider to be a healthy fund balance in that general fund is anything above the 25% mark. Y'all are well above that, so great job on that. All right, we'll flip back and look at your budget pages for the general fund, and that was going to be on 76 and 77. Now, what we look on this page is we're checking your actual to your budget numbers, looking at what we would not want to see on this in your expenditures are any negative variances in that variance column. So you'll notice that all your expenditures for your general fund do have positive variances. Bottom line on page 77 is you had a net positive variance of $1,641,805. Bumping up and just looking at just your expenditures, you did have $479,000 positive net change of where your budget was well in excess of your expenditures of that. So great job on that. This year we implemented GASB 75, so that is your other post-employment benefits, and that GASB 75 rule basically has us adding that liability onto the county financial statements. So the first page that I'm going to flip you back to, I'm going to flip you to page 59. This is your long-term debts for the county. And so I just want to show you kind of how that fits in with the liability. And again, this is in that same category of when we added the GASB 68 rule for the your TCDRS liabilities, that retirement liability. This is numbers brought through by an actuarial, and so that number is going to fluctuate from year to year depending on whatever the interest rate is. So just a slight variation will change that liability amount. But you'll see in that section, that second section down there, you'll see the total OPEB liability that added on this year. And we actually do a restatement for that beginning balance that added on at $15,673,915. The addition for the year, and that would have been inclusive of any items that got added with the trust. That left you with an ending balance of $18,610,499. Now, this liability amount is not booked at the fund balance level. It's booked at the government-wide level where we consider like the net position. So I'm going to flip you to that page where when we bring all of the government together with capital assets, all those liabilities, how that is shown in your financials. So if you're looking at page 31, this is the net position page for the county. And you'll see that where you've got your assets, and then down in your liabilities section, in that non-current liabilities, where the long-term debt, where you've got one section that's due in 1 year and one that's due in more than 1 year, that's the section that OPEB liability is recorded in. When we bring all that together, the county has a total net position of $32,275,187. Now, those are the most important pages out of this book, but I will be happy to answer any of the questions that you have on any of the others that are in there.
Just receiving it, I don't think I'll have any questions for you today. What little bit I've looked through it.
Okay.
Anybody?
Darla, as far as our total debt for the county, how would we be rated? Good, bad, fair? Do we have too much, not enough?
Well, when we're looking back at that, because the page that we're really looking at is that fund balance page, and that's actually with the cash that you have on hand. And when we're evaluating that fund balance number, we're looking at do you have enough in fund balance to carry you through about 3 months. And as long as you're above that 3-month percentage, which I think y'all are sitting pretty close to about 50% in that general fund, that's above the minimum requirement of that 25%. So, okay.
Okay, so the addition of the GASB, the concern that the court had was what kind of impact it would have in terms of our borrowing power. So I'm saying that it would make it appear that we had this huge liability out there. So going into this budget cycle, part of what we did was we started putting more money into that trust, into that.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that we probably need to continue to do?
I think the more that's contributed into that trust, the lower that liability is going to be. Now, some of that comes back with working with that actuarial and on the legal side of the trust, of making sure that you're, I guess, putting enough in there that it's taking care of any kind of increase. But that's also, it's very dependent on those actuarial numbers and the interest rate. And that part, the county just doesn't have any control over on what those numbers are going to do for out there in the future.
No, and the estimates on the actuarial were like, that we should be making like 5 or 6%. We
Right.
can't find anywhere we've been
Right.
5 or 6%. Not that
Right.
we haven't looked.
Right, right.
So, okay, very well. Anyone else have any questions? Thanks, Darla.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Appreciate
And anytime anybody has any questions, please feel free to call us. We're always here for you. Happy to answer any questions you have.
Thanks. Okay, item number 9, consider action relating to the regular Commissioners Court session scheduled for Tuesday, September 26, 2017, due to conflict with the 97th Annual County Judges and Commissioners Association of Texas Conference. The conference is Monday, October 7th through Thursday, October the 10th. However, the registration doesn't start till like 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon on October the 7th. Are there any objections to just doing it on Monday morning instead of Tuesday morning? Is anyone planning to go early on Monday?
Just depend, I don't know. Committee meetings?
Committee meetings start at 2.
At 2? Okay, well, that'd be
And this one's
plenty
in
time. Yeah,
Galveston, so.
yeah,
Y'all talking about October the 8th meeting?
yeah.
The October 8th meeting, we could move it to October the 7th. That keeps us pretty close to the original meeting date.
It don't matter to me.
That work? Okay. Can I have a motion to move it to Monday, October 7th at 10 a.m.?
So moved.
Commissioner Purvis?
Second.
Second, Commissioner Overstreet. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. And then item number 10, similar. Consider action relating to possible rescheduling of the regular Commissioners Court session scheduled for Tuesday, December 24th, 2019, due to the Christmas holidays. We looked at the calendars. December 20th is a Friday. We will all be back on December 26th or December 27th, which is Thursday or Friday. Anyone have any preferences? That's the gap between December 24th or 25th and the first meeting in January ends up being a 3-week gap. So, you know, we do need to meet because otherwise that would be 5 weeks.
Do it that Friday.
Yeah, have it prior to Christmas on
Okay.
that Friday, or you talking about after Christmas?
Yeah, no. No, the 20th, yeah.
The 20th, because, I mean, there's a chance people are gonna be out.
Longer,
That week.
since that's kind of,
Yeah,
they'll take
yeah,
comp days or
yeah.
something. Okay. So December 20th, which is a Friday at 10 a.m. Does that come as a motion, Commissioner Purvis?
Yes, ma'am.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Overstreet. All in favor say aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 11, consider approval of Sheriff's Office request to amend the interlocal cooperation agreement with Trinity County for contracted housing of inmates in the Polk County Jail. A is a 2.01 per diem rate for detention. Service will be $35 for the first year and $40 for the second year. Anyone want to discuss that? Have any questions?
Is that is that a good rate or, I don't know.
Patrick, do you want to comment?
I can give you an idea of why we actually did that. In our contracts that y'all been approving have been historically a year for $40. Trinity County was off the mark by $5, so ultimately we just amended that contract to make it a 2-year contract, give them the first year for $35, second year for $40, just to keep them
Get everybody
moving
caught up.
in that direction. They're not going to build a jail, and they house out, so we thought we'd capitalize on that at their request.
Okay.
As long as it ain't costing us money.
No, Or we're making money at $35 and $40 a head per day, so.
So they take, all we do is house them. They take care of everything else, correct?
The only other thing that we'll do that's unbeknownst to y'all is if inmate gets sentenced to TDC, we'll haul them.
Okay, yeah,
But that's not in the contract, but we get TDC pays us for that, so.
yeah, okay.
We're not, our feelings are not hurt about that.
Okay.
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Purvis, second Commissioner Overstreet. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 11B, the amended term of this agreement is for a period of 2 years from the date of execution of this agreement by both parties, which he already discussed.
So moved.
Commissioner Willis, second Commissioner Vincent. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 12, consider approval of road and bridge equipment lease purchase through interlocal purchasing system pursuant to East Texas Mac Sales LLC quotation for A, purchase of one or more new 2020 Mack Granite 64 FR cab and chassis unit with a 12 to 14 yard ox dump body and pintle hitch at $132,900 each, with a 12 to 14 month trade allowance of $120,000 each to be paid from Road and Bridge Capital Lease Fund, and any remaining balance to be paid from individual road and bridge precincts. That's to move forward with the purchase.
Motion to approve.
Motion to approve, Commissioner Overstreet.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Willis. Any further discussion or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. 12B, trade buyback of one or more 2019 Mack GU 713 trucks at $116,600 each for units currently leased by each road and bridge precinct.
So moved.
Commissioner Willis.
Second.
Second, Commissioner Vincent. Any further discussion or questions?
Yeah, how are we paying for these?
The financing options are being reviewed by the auditor's office at this point in time, and they will be on the next agenda. With the resolution.
Okay.
I do have a question. Is it going to be 2 trucks for each precinct? Like the same as last year?
Yes, sir.
Well, my plans are anyway, my two.
I got 2.
You have 2, you have 2, 2, 2. Everybody has 2.
8 of them.
Okay, so back to 12B. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Very well. Commissioner Overstreet?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Very well. Meeting adjourned. What time? 10:27. I do want to remind everyone that if you have anything you want us to research for the budget, please let us know.